Yo, 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 what it do? What it be, y'all? It's your boy, Agent A-N-T, repping the Spell Block Agency. Back again with a Call of Duty Modern Warfare commentary. And last video, we covered 2017. And it's crazy how in just 5 years, drill music evolved and spread to New York and even influenced artists overseas in the UK. And drill type beats and Chief Keef and other drill artists have clearly inspired even the most popular mainstream artists such as Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty, T Grizzly, and I could keep going on. But with all the success that came, a lot of sacrifices had to be made, and as I've covered in this timeline, a lot of young men have lost their lives trying to gain fame on the streets and in the booth, and sometimes both. And while a lot of young men have died due to gang violence, Fredo Santana was actually a rare case where I've never heard him diss his ops in songs or in interviews or nothing like that, yet he hung out with and got on tracks with his friends that did. But he for real kept money in all of his people's pockets and was even respected by a lot of ops when he died. And even though he didn't die by gun violence, his legacy is essential in recognizing the pros and cons of drill culture as a whole. Like, he got money and didn't diss ops and kept his people fed and put his people on, and by all definitions made it out the hood the right way. Yet he was so traumatized by watching all of his friends die and stressed at how fame and money changed people around him that drugs were how he coped with all of it for so long. And when he finally tried to get 100% right, clean, and legit, unfortunately he died, which honestly may be the saddest Chiraq death to happen without a gun involved. And it's kind of sad to say, but if Duck don't slow down, he might end up the same way, which I really hope he don't go out like that. But if he does, you know, I hope Duck or Vaughn Dirk or Vaughn don't pull a J-Main and diss him after and talk about smoking his pack and this and that. You know, if he died from drugs or something, you know, other than the ops. Because personally, yeah, it's different. It was different when J-Main dissed Fredo. Like, that was ultra disrespectful. But then he pulled like a TTB Nez and moved out of state. So he knew what was going on, what he was doing. But I can't hate on J-Main for playing it safe when O-Block, you know, supposedly, you know, they claim they be behind them gates. And 4-6 apparently doesn't even hang out on the block like that. And that's from Bezu's mouth. You know, that's from Big 4-6. But that's not to say O-Block is scared or J-Main is scared, because I don't know them personally. You know, maybe they are. But no one wants to die, you know, for sure. You know, so for anyone calling the other side a pussy or scared for not allowing themselves to just be open prey for the ops, that I never got that. That's stupid. But anyway, sorry I got sidetracked. But yeah, 2018 started out with the tragic death of Fredo Santana from kidney failure due to lean abuse. And after Fredo's death, things had kind of calmed down, you know, with the big name not being dropped until maybe June, when THF allegedly slid on a house party and killed Mubu Crump, who was gaining a following on social media after being overtly disrespectful on multiple live streams after being released from jail. And I may have to do a whole separate video on just Crump and all the stories he told, because there really was some truth to what he was saying. But of course he was only telling the things that was making his ops look bad. And he never really talked about how TYMB and Dro City fell out with OTF completely. I mean, he did talk about his brother being a founding member of OTF. And he didn't get any, you know, his brother didn't get any jail love in jail or commissary or something led to that, and Crump having personal issues with OTF and 300. But I'll cover more of that in probably another video, like I said. But 5 days after Crump's death, we had another tragic loss in Chiraq, which honestly just hit just as hard, if not more than the Fredo loss. But Zach TV's murder definitely hit different because the direct aftermath of his shooting was caught on camera, and it only raises more questions than answers. But it's pretty much confirmed that Zach was killed by some Mickey Cobras from the hundreds. Anything, the rumors that it had something to do with Kanika Jenkins, or he was like some, he faked his death, internet rumors, dumb shit like that. It's pretty much set in stone that some Cobras for the 100 killed Zach TV, in kind of in retaliation because he was affiliated. I don't know if he was for sure a member or not, but he was really affiliated with 10-5 MMG, which is, I believe, either some Mickey Cobras, or I don't want to lie and say I believe they're Four Corner Hustlers. I could be wrong. I need to really do more research on what 10-5 MMG is. I'm pretty sure they're Four Corner Hustlers. And Zach was killed by some Mickey Cobras from the hundreds that were beefing with them, and I believe it wasn't even like Zach didn't really have any like personal beef really with anybody from there. I think they just killed him because he was affiliated, and he was actually cousins with a high-ranking member named Roan, who he actually has videos with Rome. And from what's been told, he never really, the people that killed him, he never interviewed them or gave him, shine on his channel because they was ops with, his cousins and, with the set that he was mainly affiliated with. So he didn't want to stir up any trouble with them, and it may have cost him his life. So like I said, there's a lot of theories surrounding Zach's death. Somehow AMG Fresh had something to do with it, but that's a theory that I haven't seen a lot to or hold a lot of water. And there's a lot of theories surrounding Zach's friend T Streets, who I also think had nothing to do with Zach's murder, but I've heard rumors that some people didn't like his video he posted of himself in the police precinct, and they decided, he was moving kind of shifty and he had to go. But RIP to Zach, T Streets, AMG Fresh, everybody involved in that situation. That was definitely one of the more sad deaths in Chicago. I mean, wow. I mean, Zach TV, gave Chief Keef his first interview. I mean, he gave a platform to all the big mainstream artists that were coming out in Chicago. I mean, LA and Rondo is a legendary interview. He went to PBG's hood after Pappy had died. He went to FBG's hood, a couple times. He did interviews with Crump and 051, where Melly was, Melly's in the background and shit. So, I mean, Zach TV was putting a lot of people on, and E-Day from 600 had apparently warned him a couple times, like, you need to get out the hood and you need to stop putting people that aren't rappers on camera. So he needed to stop putting, these people that were shooters or had killed, other people. He needed to get them off camera, which honestly probably would have been smarter, because I think he unintentionally stirred up some shit. I don't think he was ever directly trying to stir up trouble or anything like that. I think he just wanted, people to have a platform that they weren't being given. And in turn, with the disrespectful nature that was around him, of course, people were going to be disrespectful on camera, regardless if it was a rapper or anybody else. That's the kind of environment that was going on. So for people to say, like, Zach caused this death and that death because this person was on camera, and those people knew what was going on. They knew it, they're on camera in rap videos. So those cameramen are responsible too? No. But I mean, it's not. It's kind of like CWN said in some of his videos. You know, these guys know who their ops are. For the most part, there might be some situations or some things with that are unknown. But for the most part, these guys know who's affiliated with who. For the most part, they grew up together. So to sit there and say, oh, this person, this third party, was stirring up trouble and that's why this person. No, this person, I hate to say it, but some of these people were going to die with how they were moving regardless. And that's the sad fact of it. But the next month in July, STO would lose Ty, who was a relatively unknown member, but he was allegedly killed by TYMB, reigniting the beef between them and STL. And then, again, 5 days after STL lost Ty, O-Block would catch Man, a.k.a. Can't Get Right, trying to get some food, and they killed him while he was coming out of the restaurant. And the tragic video of his death shows someone from STL firing back at his killers, but apparently to no avail. Then in August, TY from Motown was killed by 051 in retaliation for Bankroll Q. Not continued that ongoing war. And then in September, Mad Max from NLMB was allegedly killed by Hellrail from Lakeside. And the story goes that on his deathbed, the cops asked Mad Max who shot him, and due to him being under anesthesia and other drugs or whatever, he admitted to the police who shot him before he died. But we'll see how that holds up in court. I don't know. That's kind of I don't know the laws or anything like that about a person being under the influence while they make a confession, or how believable that'll hold up, or how that'll hold up in court. But at the end of September, 051 would kill Terry and Draco from Murder Town, further fueling the war between two sets, gaining a lot of popularity. Music-wise, as far as Drilla and Rose's growing popularity, and then Timo signing with OTF, and then Main Jane and Trello, they aren't terrible rappers from what I've heard. Their 39 Dead Ops or whatever wasn't terrible. It was decent. Wasn't the best I've heard, but they're cool. But at the beginning of October, MOB and 600 would trade bodies as 600 slid on MOB's turf and killed Dusky, who was gaining popularity on the streets as a shooter. And whether or not he had any bodies is debatable, but I compare his energy on the mic to like Young Pappy, because they both had just crazy energy. And Dusky was low-key blowing up his shooters track with Wooski, and his Who Run It freestyle was getting numbers even before his death. But MOB was caught on live lacking, and 600 slid, and unfortunately it cost them. But a day later, MOB slid on 600 and killed Waldo. And there hasn't been a lot of shots or bodies dropped between the two sets since, but that could change at any time. But that'll kind of wrap it up for the Timeline 2018. I appreciate anybody who's viewed it thus far. I only got 2019 and what's been going on in 2020 left to cover as far as like major events and major deaths go. As far as the future of the War in Chiraq series, I might cover maybe some extinct sets or popular sets in the future. Might cover certain situations like OD's death and how that affected a lot of people, and was he really a shooter, this and that. I've been trying to cover what I can and kind of reveal the info that I feel like I can release and shit like that. I don't want to get anybody in trouble or, you know, falsify any information if it's not like 100%. And even there's some information that I do know that I didn't put out there because, as I said in the beginning of this, I don't want to, you know, these are people's lives at the end of the day. This is like their environment. So like people that are still alive and out here doing dirt, I'm not trying to put a spotlight on them. You know, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not trying to let y'all know, hey, this person is still active in the streets of Chicago, because, you know, that's not my job. That's the police job. And I'm not the police. I'm just a reporter in a certain aspect, you know. I'm not trying to expose no names. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble, you know. And even people are like, well, they can't, you know, YouTube videos. But even then, you know, you putting people's names out there. You know, I don't know these people personally. I don't know their lives and if they really did this or that. I'm just going off of facts and court documents that, for the most part, I know are true. And, you know, most of these facts and details come out even years after the situation happened anyways. You know, it's almost like I'm trying to think. With the whole Melly situation, there was so many people dissing him and this and that. We didn't know who really did it. And it wasn't until a month, even 2 months later, we really kind of were like, okay, this is really what happened. You know? This gang is dissing and sneak dissing this and that. They make it kind of obvious. So you kind of, and it's not like it's completely 100% because it's sneak this, and they're not just out here saying we did this to this person, but they kind of do sometimes. So, I mean, I'll probably cover more popular sets, extinct sets, situations that happened as far as the war in Chiraq goes. Like I said, I also talked about doing like an organized crime series, you know, covering mafia families and maybe even other, you know, crime enterprises. But we'll see, because, you know, organized crime is, you know, some of it's legal, like police departments and shit. But it's another topic for another day. It's been your boy Agent ANT, repping the Spell Block Agency. And stay tuned, because I got more hot content dropping soon. So leave a like if you like this. If you dislike it, that's cool too. At least I got the view. But yeah, got more hot content dropping soon and all that. So subscribe, ring the damn bell, and follow me on Twitter at ANT_303 so you don't miss none of my streams or videos. Yeah. Be safe out there, y'all. Don't get smoked. I'm out. Peace. Last kill gang.